You know, people need to get away from what they think an acrobat needs to be. You know, they might see a black person and they assume that I'm an acrobat. You know, they're like, oh, you must be able to flip well or do this because I'm black. And I'm like,
so every single work would have the same character, the feather guy, the samba boy. When you start thinking why I do always the same, is because the people can't see you in the other way.
Hi, I'm Noeli and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're talking to Korri, Singh, Aulakh, and Motta. This is the first time that I have artists on this channel who aren't from North America. Korri is based in the UK and Marco is based in Spain. So this channel has gone international. And both of these amazing circus artists have been in the prestigious festival Cirque de Demain. And I'm sorry if I butcher the name of the festival. Désolé. I tried. It's known that if you go to the festival, there are a whole ton of casting directors there. And I've heard that it's a near guarantee that you will get an offer if you get selected to participate in the festival. Watch all the way through to find out their honest thoughts about Cirque de Demain, whether or not having good lines and technique are actually good enough, as well as the changes that they want to see in the industry and the hope that they are seeing in circus. And I will be mentioning a few organizations within this video, and I am not sponsored. I am just mentioning organizations that I believe in. Ow. And if you're new here, I dropped out of physical therapy school to become a circus performer. And if you're interested in circus related content, please subscribe and ring that bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And the first thing that we're going to talk about today is their experiences with racism.
a lot of my experiences have been so good and I haven't felt judged. But saying that, there was one very big company which shall not be named. So I was put forward for swinging like months. They contacted me in November, maybe October, and it went on till about March. And I was right there, right at the top of like kind of the list, I guess, because I'd asked them where I stood and what was happening. And it got down to it, and they was like, oh, the director went with someone else. And I'm like, okay, was there anything else I could do? Was there anything else I could change? Like, what can I work on? Like, I wanna become a better performer. So if there's anything you see, please tell me. And there was like, honestly, no. There was nothing that you couldn't have done more of. It's just, they just went for someone else. And I was like, okay, well, that's a bit sucky. I didn't really understand. And I remember I spoke to my friend about it, and it wasn't even words that came out of my mouth. They were like, it's because of the color of your skin. And I was like, I was thinking it, but I just didn't want to say it. I didn't want to actually believe that that was what it was. And I know that it happens, and it happens a lot, but I just didn't want to believe that it was happening at that point. Something that I believed that I'd worked so hard for, and something that I'd been told at that point that you're at the top of our list, we really want you, you know? And then it's just kind of like, I wasn't the right look. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I've spoken to lots of people about it, and all of them said the same thing, you know? And it wasn't just black people saying that to me, it was everyone, you know?
So like, not much, not directly. I think it's, I don't know how colors in English, but this kind of soft racism. Like, oh, Marco, what you don't use these huge feathers to do this kind of Brazilian character? I say, okay, I can, I do. No, I don't, no problem, because I'm proud where I'm from, but I just do that all my life. So every single work I have the same character, the feather guy, the samba boy, but every single working is hard. And when you start thinking why I do always the same, is because the people can't see you in the other way, and that's a little bit sad.
So I bet you're all wondering what it's like at Cirque de Demain. So we're going to start off with their good experiences at the festival.
I think what made the festival great for me is literally the whole of London was there. From London to Paris, it's 2 hours on the train, on the Eurostar. So it's easy, and all the students from the circus school go, or the majority of the students go. So it was the whole school that was there, as well as like my family and some of my friends, and I had a good time.
It's a huge opportunity, yeah. Because it's not just because to my professional career, but I just thinking, okay, that people give me more voice. It's a huge moment in my life. I feel definitely huge responsibility, because you know, when some black person do something, you just don't do for yourself, you do for all the community.
So when you go to Cirque de Demain, I've heard that it's a near guarantee that you're gonna get an offer. But Cirque de Demain isn't all it's cracked up to be. And I might get blacklisted for saying that.
Yeah, I didn't get any work from Cirque de Demain. Like, I got nothing from Cirque de Demain. Everyone was like, you must have got so many offers. I'm like, I got this many offers from Cirque de Demain. For swinging, like, ideally, like, lots of people like, if you're a girl, like, hair so it can, like, blow in the wind. You know, it's just these things of what people expect these disciplines are, right? People have these thoughts in their head, oh, you think of swinging and you think of a girl swinging. And so I just don't know, I just guess I wasn't what anyone wanted in their shows, which is fine, you know. I was, like I said, I went in expecting nothing. So I left fine and I was happy and I didn't feel any way about it just because of how I went into it, like I said.
I would like to say Cirque de Demain is not everything. After you go there, you understand that you need to have quality and you need working hard and training hard, but don't think in be there is everything. The festivals in general is part of the society. So if the society is racist and sexist, so the festivals can be the same in lower way. But you know what I mean? It's like you understand your place.
And Marco did an act to Nina Simone's cover of Strange Fruit by Billie Holiday. And if you're not familiar with the song, it's a very powerful one. And it's a song protesting the lynching of Black Americans. So I asked Marco more about his act and whether or not people understood the meaning behind it.
To understand my acting, we need to understand where I live. So here in Spain, we have the CS, is this kind of jails to immigrants. The farmer workers here in Spain is the illegal people from Africa. And so here in Spain, these people working without any rights, any protection. And when we finish the working, the people here in Spain just say, get out of here. That's not your country. We don't like black people here. This week, the people start burning the houses of these people. So it's literally burning houses with people inside. So immigrants in the ocean and try to go to the land, and the police use a gas and rubber bullets and kill more than 50 persons. And the justice say, no, they are innocent. In Spain, the blackface is a tradition. In Canary Island, they have all the shit tradition. The name is Mataculebra. And they paint our body black, and the white men do dar latigazos in the black people, like in the slaveries. So after understand all the things, you understand my acting. My interaction of the world outside my family is just with the violence. And I really try to say stop kill us or just help us to don't die on the ocean. I don't think the people understand. When I do the festival, one black lady come to speak with me and she say, okay, I'm completely understand and I'm really emotional and I would like to say thank you. But just one person of 100. I don't know how many persons over there. And I do this acting in all around the world and in all the places, and no one just say, oh, cool, you put your feet behind your head. No, that's awesome.
And this is a change that needs to happen at the festival.
I feel like they need to diversify a lot, Cirque de Demain, and I don't necessarily feel like they're not so open to broadening the people that they accept to do the festival. And when they do, they don't usually do so well.
At Cirque de Demain, Marco was critiqued on his technique, and these are his thoughts about it.
And so, I'm completely understand. But after that, I'm start thinking about technical aesthetic, because that's completely two different things. For me, technique is don't hurt yourself when you're training and when you work. But if you don't put your feet like that, like a ballerina or whatever, that's aesthetic. Maybe look good for you, but not look good for me from Africa or Asia. It's a cultural difference.
So I want to ask the question, is technique good enough?
If you don't have that look, it doesn't matter how good you are. It really doesn't. So for swinging, I feel like whenever I've been doing research and when I was at school, I'd watch YouTube, and all the swingers that I feel like were working were these girls who quite petite, long hair. Their hair was always out, so it blew in the wind while they were swinging. They usually wore like these little dresses. So for me, looking at the people that were getting hired, I didn't fit anyone in that criteria. I didn't see any videos of any black or Indian swinging trapeze artists, you know? I didn't know, I didn't see anyone up there who looked like me. So I did wonder, I was like, oh, okay, where am I gonna fit in this scheme of swinging trapeze jobs? You know, people need to get away from what they think an acrobat needs to be. You know, they might see a black person and they assume that I'm an acrobat. You know, they're like, oh, you must be able to flip well or do this because I'm black. And I'm like, I'm a pretty good aerialist, actually. I think once people can leave those images that they have in their head behind, we'll be able to move forward. But I do believe that from all of this, there will be change. It's just on how quickly it will come.
And they're working hard and persevering to get on these stages for a good reason.
That's the game. If you want to play, there's the rules. Obviously, I try to change the rules, but not just for me, to the next generations, I don't know.
And it was just really touching, and I was like, oh, this is why I do what I do, you know, to have this black family come up to me, and one of the kids was asking about what I was doing and how I got into it, and because they thought it was beautiful, and I was like, this is what I want to do when I grow up, you know. And I was like, yeah, it's totally possible. And like, I'll have people saying, be like, no, like, you are an inspiration to people. You're showing these Indian kids and these black kids that these are things that you can achieve and you can do it.
And both of these artists created opportunities for themselves, and I'm really excited to let you know on something new that Marco's working on.
I have a project in my mind. I would like to do a solo show with 3 musicians from different parts of the world. I would like to put all my history on the stage. I speak about the racism here in Europe. My new act is part of the show. The show is called Marginal. It's when you live on the border. It's not because you want, it's because the society put you on this border. So for me, it's really important to speak about my marginality. This new acting I do with the Nina Simone music. The name is Blackbird. And the big question is, in this music, is why you gonna fly Blackbird? And for me, it's real literal what the people say to the Africans immigrants and Latin Americans immigrants here. Why you come here? Stay in your country. I try to do all symbology around that. I put a bag on my head because I really think Europe don't like when you think so much. Europe like your hands and your feet to work and don't speak much. And yeah, that's all. That's my new acting, is what I try to do. When you are an artist, you need to put on the stage your truth, the truth around you.
I also asked them what changes need to happen in the circus world.
I feel like my colleagues, my peers, my friends, they're open and they want to create these shows with a more diverse cast. I believe the issue comes from higher up. I feel like they're the ones who are more stuck in the tradition of having a certain look, you know, or having a certain body type for different disciplines. I feel like it'll be harder to change their minds, and I'm not sure if we will be able to change their minds. But I feel like with our peers and our colleagues, yeah, I do. I feel like they want to do and want to do all they can to bring some diversity into the show.
We need to change the mentality of the directors, producers, of the big companies. We need to change all that. So the people around me is changing. Definitely, I think it's changing, because now is the moment and the people start, so all these protests and everything happens. I really think something is changing. I think in the good way.
I also wondered, is there any hope for us circus artists?
I've had some really good experiences and some really touching experiences with companies. I've never felt like I was hired for those specific companies for the sake of being that diversity in the company. I'm like, oh no, you hired me because you appreciated what I did and what I do and what I can bring and what I can give and what I can show, you know? So there is hope, and there is hope there. It's just that other people need to change their mindsets and move forward and just open up, you know, just open up to it.
But the time is, I think the thing is changing really slow. I think what we do now, like in this space, in this virtual space, it help the people in the future to understand what's the circus art, what happened in 2020, to the future change.
and I'll leave you with an example of hope. Ow.
I worked for Circus in Budapest, and it wasn't until I was maybe 6 shows in, I spoke to the director and I was like, who am I? Because all of the speech and the narration was in Hungarian, so I didn't understand anything. I was the only person who wasn't from Hungary or couldn't speak Hungarian. And I was like, what? Who am I? Because I was like, everyone else's hair is sprayed silver. I'm like, my hair's how it is. I've got like warm makeup on, and they're, oh, you're the angel. And I was like, I'm the angel. I was like, I've never been made an angel before. And you know what? That just really, it made me smile. It made my heart warm, you know? You don't see a lot of people, black people, I feel, in those roles because, you know, just because of people's judgments about us. And so working with them has been incredible. No judgment, no nothing, you know. And I don't think it's a thing of like, we don't see color. It's not that. It's like, no, you are going to be an angel and you're incredible. You're going to show people how incredible you are. Can't ask for anything more, really, can I?
So I'm a huge fan of both of these artists, and I'm just really grateful that I'm able to share their amazingness with all of you. And I'm sure you were inspired by them. I know I am. So please follow them on their social media and keep up with their journeys. They are both so incredible. They're incredible artists and human beings, and go follow them right now. Please. And also, congratulations to Seesaw. They reached over $18,000, which is incredible. So if you are a circus artist of color in America, applications for their September microgrant are now open. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you feel inspired by these artists, please feel free to share their stories. Please feel free to share this video. I honestly just want their words spread all over the place. And please feel free to let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And if you want to help a girl out, please subscribe and ring that bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you for watching this video and this docu-series. It means a whole lot, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye!